Here we go.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me?
John Taman.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Scott Hartley.
Well, that was dreadful.
And occasionally, Keith Gray.
So many social engagements, so little time.
And now, your host.
It's Jesse Martin. I don't know why old John did not it took the last bit off of the intro. It just sounds kind of ridiculous. What is up? This is Jesse from the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast and the Bunker. We are here with a live pop-up show, a mashup from our boys across the pond. So it's like Bleeding Burgundy in a bunker, or Bleeding Burgundy scoring a 1-point safety while vomiting in a bunker. How about that? Does that sound good, guys?
That just sounds like a normal night out for us.
Yeah, no doubt. To my left is my co-host on the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, Scott Hartley. Scott, how are you doing today, buddy? Or tonight?
I am
it's
great.
Tonight.
It's tonight. Yeah, it's only 10:10, but yeah, I'm all good, mate. All good. All good.
All right.
We're going after dark, so I'll put the red lights on. Look, there you go.
Down below, which he's always downtown, Mr. Andy Burrows from the Bunker Podcast. Andy, how you doing?
Evening. I like the way Scott said, it's only 10:10. He was in bed 45 minutes ago.
He was in bed 45 minutes ago. We got his ass out of bed. And down in the corner, last but certainly not least, my lovely friend Scouse, Andy. Scouse, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, just a bit pissed off with some of the things going on Twitter, and obviously we're going to discuss that going forward. But yeah, man, I'm okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing great, man. Yeah, that's why we came on here today, because the shitload of vomit that is on Twitter today. It's like, boys, look, we come from a world of seasons after seasons after seasons of straight up shit, you know, from this team. Now that we have turned over a new leaf, we've gotten a whole new front office, a new owner, a brand new quarterback, some good draft picks, good free agency. It feels like we are stuck in old times, that we still just want to complain, argue about something. Like, when will it end? Burrows, I want to start with you. Like, this is kind of the topic. We're arguing about fucking numbers right now. You know,
dude, it's the most Washington pointless thing ever for me. Like you say, we've just had a really good draft, in my opinion. I know people have been like, well, how do you know it's a really good draft? They haven't taken the field yet. Okay, well, it's been a better draft than definitely last season already, and they haven't taken the field yet because that was trash. And like you say, I know we've had years of a bad owner. We haven't had the best seasons. But, for God's sake, we've got a really good new owner. We've got a new head coach. We've got a new quarterback. And you log on to social media. And I know there's no football, so I know there's not much to talk about, so we need something. But all I see is people arguing over jersey numbers. And it just blows my mind how batshit crazy some people are going after this. I had, don't ask me how, fire stick, but I was watching some American sports news via Washington, and it was on the news. I'm like, what is going on in the world where jersey numbers are making the mainstream news? This must be like a British American cultural difference thing, because over here, we don't give a shit about numbers. I don't care if someone's wearing 9, 10, 20, fucking 29, whatever. I don't care if Jaden Daniels wears 555, 500, fucking 5,055. I don't care. As long as he can play well, as long as he's good at football, people get up, people can't have the number 21. I don't care. They're just numbers to me. What I like, Sean Taylor, I respect the guy that was wearing the jersey. 21's just, it's a 21. Brilliant. Great. I really don't care. All the hype that's been going on over the last 24 hours, 48 hours, people now today, jersey number leak, jersey. I'm surprised we're not doing mock jersey numbers. I'm shocked no one's done it yet. I mean,
we're gonna do a mock schedule next podcast.
Honestly, I swear to God,
It'll be out.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Scotty, like, when will it end? Like I said, we got a new front office. Like, we feel like we're heading in the right direction finally. You know, like, why do we just log on to Twitter and just find it just being a cesspool when a week ago everybody was so happy about our draft class?
It's because everyone's got an opinion, like everyone's got an arsehole. I'll be honest with you, it's just, yeah, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, honestly, people are fighting over jersey numbers. The fan base is broken down because it's this point of the off season where there's nothing to talk about. Training camp hasn't started. We haven't got OTAs. We've got nothing going on. It's post-draft. It's, oh, my God, what can we argue about amongst ourselves in the fan base right now? I just find it wild. Maybe it's a British stroke European thing that, as Burrow said, we just generally don't care what number is being used because the next year in soccer, someone else is wearing that jersey number and it means nothing. Really, unless you are like an elite player who's playing in that number 9 shirt, say, for example, for a number of years, then fair play, fair enough. But there are certain numbers, and I get that they've been retired and they shouldn't be used. Completely understand that premise of it. But who gives a shit who's wearing 5?
Yeah.
Is it Jaden Daniels? Is it Tress Way? I mean, honestly, is there nothing else that we can talk about apart from jersey numbers? Why don't you just smile at people? Go and touch some grass. You know, and walk around the fucking park. Go and see your kids, push them on a swing. Have something to do than talk and argue the toss about jersey numbers. I've genuinely seen people who've been mates and fans for years falling out on Twitter over jersey numbers. And whether
I know. I don't care that Mike Sanistrill's wearing the number 2. Guess what? Freaking Donnie Brown wears the number 2 as well. You know what? Yeah. They're going to have some mixed numbers and coming to camp. There's going to be 93 players coming into camp, and listen, you're not going to have receivers wearing 69. You know, right. So there's going to be some mix up here.
Yankoff is wearing 69.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's his number. Scouse, what do you make of all this, man?
I just think it's a joke, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, if it wasn't such uproar going on Twitter, we wouldn't even be talking about it right now because it just doesn't matter in any way. But obviously, when we all just can get talking in our chat and we get pissed off at it all because it's like, well, let's talk about it online because, you know, it is just a total waste of time. Total waste of time. A total nothing burger, as Timothy mentions on the chat there. It really is, man. I mean, I say it's. I mean, is it important for? The only reason why this is even a possibility of a conversation is because it's Tress Way's number, who's been our best player for 8 years, probably.
Sad to say, yes, you're right.
Yeah, which is bad because he's obviously a punter, and we don't want our punter being our best player. But again, so I understand like that the loyalty to 5 and loyalty to Tress Way is there for some fans. But again, to say it doesn't really, as long as he doesn't care, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
You know, if he cares, then yeah, obviously I'd be like, well, no, we shouldn't be taking his number. But if he doesn't care, I don't care.
You know, you hit the nail on the head right there, Scouse. Listen, by NFL rule, this is the rule. When you come into the league, you are assigned a number. You have the option of either getting it assigned or an option of picking a number that is not in use. This is an NFL rule. It doesn't matter what position you are. It doesn't matter how many years that you've been in service. You're assigned that number. It is up to that person who owns that number to give it up if they so chooses to. For that team, on that particular team. Now, if that person goes to a different team, that's another story. It starts all over again. Same thing. So, if Tress Way, which we all know and love Tress Way, we know he's not a dickhead. If he's just a 10-year vet, yes, he is a punter, but it doesn't matter, regardless of position. If he chooses to keep 5, well, he can damn well keep 5. But we know damn well that Tress, there'll probably be a nice donation to a charity of something something or other, he will gladly give up that number 5, but he doesn't have to.
No, it
So,
does.
Yeah.
The thing is as well, it's like, oh, you can't take it off Tress. He's been our best player. My God, how shit have we been if we're talking about our punter being our best player?
It is. But it's just a number, man. Like, listen. I played football. When I was a freshman in high school, I grew up with 6. Well, when I was a freshman in high school, 6 was taken. I couldn't do it until that dude had graduated. So I had to wait by my time. Tress may not be here forever. If he chooses to change it, but he is a punter. We get it. Jaden's number 5. He can pick number 15. But regardless, we shouldn't be arguing over this. There's rules. The NFL has rules for this for that particular reason. I mean, there's just rules. They got to go by the rules. So I mean, that's just the facts. So we're arguing about jersey numbers. We're arguing about fucking the O line. I mean, listen, everybody's saying we didn't do anything on the O line, but there's SmackDown drag out like screaming matches on Twitter, about the O line. Just go back and look at what we've done this off season. Just because we didn't sign or draft a left tackle in the first round, we couldn't trade up and get one, doesn't mean the sky is falling. It's like, why can't we focus on the good things that this team has done, which has been astronomical from where we were just a few years ago, instead of just arguing about and nitpicking about like every little thing that can't be fixed in a day?
It's because it's all they're used to. It's the only thing that Washington fans are used to is moaning. So when a chance to moan comes up, but seriously, but when
you're right, but we're on a podcast, Boris, moaning.
No, but this is what we do. We're talking
we're
about
moaning. We're moaning to the moaners.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but we're doing it because we're just sick and tired of what we've seen. But when the chance for a Washington fan to like go on social media and start moaning, it's just like it's all they know. And like Jesse said, great draft. In my opinion, really good draft. Really good quarterbacks coming to the building. We've got a great front office. We've got a really good owner. There's potential of maybe talk of a new stadium. So there's 5 things that I've just mentioned that we could easily just chat about every single day. But you turn on social media, whether that's Twitter or Facebook, Washington Facebook, whatever you do, and you literally just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And all it is, he can't take 5 off of Tress. Or some people are mocking up jerseys with fucking number 5 on the back. Get a fucking life, you losers.
Yeah. Timothy, you perfect, man. Our buddy Timothy in the chat. The Comoners. Perfect,
Scouts,
man. Perfect.
Scouts, what do you think about it then? What else is gripping your gears? Because you've been sitting there quite quiet, mate.
No, I'm just listening to the rage from Burrows here, I don't really care about the numbers. I mean, I'm just on here just to wind people up. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. So,
I mean, listen, a rookie, again, regardless of position, should not dictate anything whatsoever.
He's got no pull in this at all. The only reason there's even a possibility is because he's quarterback. If he was any other position, he wouldn't even be getting looked, even a sniff of that number.
Yeah.
So,
it's true, and it's just you go by the rules. But we know Tressway. Tressway has been ingrained in this franchise for 10 years, man. He is a excellent. Yeah, he's just a punter, but he's our punter, and he's excellent in the community. Does a lot of work. If anybody ever has a chance to have a conversation with him, man, he's funny as hell. He's a super nice guy, and he's well respected around not only the team but the league. Jaden Daniels even said it himself on the podcast with the receiver. I forget his name right now. I watched that whole podcast, and if anybody, the Facts podcast,
Full Facts, wasn't it? Full Facts podcast.
But it was excellent, man. He was like, dude. He's a team captain, man. When he was asked about the number, he was like, he's a 10-year vet and team captain. I don't got no right to that number. And Jaden even said that, but we're still arguing about this. It's nonsense. And we've all said it. There's so many things that we could actually have like civil conversations about, and not go at each other's throats. Bring race into the conversation.
God,
It's just so fucking ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous that focus on the good, and and the stuff that's not so good will work itself out eventually. We just got to give it a little bit of time. Scott, what do you think about that?
I've got to bring up some other points as well that you can see going on. I mean, you can tell it's the off season, can't you? And the draft's finished, because there is literally nothing to talk about until training camp rolls around, or until the off season workouts start, which I think is tomorrow. Rookie mini camps. Even so, this like social media driven fan base is melting at the seams, talking about. I mean, one of the first things I saw when people were whinging about the numbers, and I think the Commanders themselves actually tweeted out saying, look, rookie numbers aren't dropping, but here's a graphic of obviously a picture of the draft picks that have come through. And the first comment on it was Red Wolves. Change the team name, change the name, bring back the old name. I'm like, fucking hell. When is this going to end? I mean, look, dude, I've got 3 little bits here. The transition of Washington from Redskins to football team to Commanders as we are now. And it's like, yeah, it's not going to change. Just get used to it. You don't have to go out there and buy the merchandise. That's the other one. The merchandise isn't selling.
God, don't get me started on that. Listen, we love Shelly to death, but good God, Shelly, stop. That's just, it was, we had a back and forth about this. Every team has the same merchandise.
Here's Freddie, look, with his lukewarm takes. Fuck off, mate, with your do me a favor, bro. I love you to death, but Jesus fuck. Who cares about numbers?
I think Freddie was joking. At least I hope Freddie was joking. Our buddy Freddie Ham in the chat just put up numbers are way more important than minicamp or OTAs.
Correct. I mean, I do hope that was your British Manchester sarcasm that you have going there, because to be fair, you're an adopted northerner, so I'll give you that. But my God, honestly, what are they talking about?
Scott just brought up another thing that was going around, in the past couple of days. Again, slow time of the season. The few but loud, as I like to say, because there's more and more people that are warming up to the Commander's name. Whether the few loud section of social media wants to believe it, it's true, because we've gone to games. All 4 of us have gone to games together. We saw Commanders gear all over the place. People are buying the stuff, okay? And people are warming up the name. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's the damn truth. It just doesn't make sense to change it. Just look at the other names in the NFL. I mean, who wants to be a Brown? When I think of the Browns, you know what I think of? Going to court at 5:30 every morning. It's like clockwork for me. Andy, what do you think about that?
Does being a Charger make you want to go, I want to be a Charger?
I want to plug my phone in. That's what makes me think of a Charger.
Yeah, or a Colt.
Burrows, what do you got to say on that, man?
The name, man, I mean, there's going to be people out there all the time that they think the Redskins are coming back. Honestly, there's more there's more chance of the Queen jumping out of her grave than the Redskins coming back. There's more chance of Elvis having a pint with us on a Friday night.
If you go to Blackpool, you might find him.
I know, right? But
or Vegas.
Look, don't get me. I've said this loads of times in the past. We're all 4 of us are probably some of the most proudest Washington Redskins fans you'll ever find walking this earth. As many thousands and millions of people all over the world are proud Washington Redskins fans. I'll always be proud of the name. I'll always be proud of the history. Always be proud of the heritage. But there has to come a time, if this organization wants to move on, that you've got to go, do you know what? That's what it is. It's the history. It's the heritage. I'm always going to be proud to talk about the good old days. We didn't have them really as Redskins fans, because we're relatively of that generation where we didn't really see too much. We were all young kids in the 90s and stuff like that. So what you can either do, you can either embrace what we're doing now because it's still football. They're still taking the field on a Sunday. They're still throwing the pigskin round, just as the same as we would be if we were called the Redskins, the football team, the Commanders, the Washington Wankers, whatever you wanted to call us.
Yeah,
we're still going to just be playing football. We're still going to be wearing burgundy and gold. It doesn't matter what's here on your helmet. It really, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Because all we really should be worrying about is, can we win games of football? Can we make a playoff game? Can we win a division? God forbid, can we eventually in the next 10 years try and get to a Super Bowl? That's what we should really be worried about. Not, our quarterback wants 5. Or can we bring back the Washington Redskins? Or there really isn't enough ladies' merchandise. I mean, we really should look into that. Who gives a shit?
This hat that I've got is too grey and it makes me look like a pedo.
It's because we've all been shy such a long time. So we got nothing else. We can't argue or moan about not making a Super Bowl because it's kind of expected that we're not going to get anywhere near one. So everyone's moaning about shite like, fucking, why is this grey? Why isn't this burgundy? Or fucking stupid things about merchandise. And it's like, well, because we're used to this fucking moan about everything. So,
but Scouse, you've got to give the organ. You've got like Josh Harris and everyone that's walked in the building.
It's just ingrained. It's ingrained.
They've been here a year, right? They've been here nearly a year. You've got to. I think Carl mentioned it on one of the Burgundy Zone episodes I was listening to recently. You can't transition from what we've been for the last God knows how many years under Snyder.
Fix everything overnight. Yeah.
This isn't just a field full of manure that they're trying to clear. They're trying to clear a whole block. They're trying to clear a whole fucking street full of manure that Dan Snyder has left. So little by little,
that's the same argument for fans, though. That's the same argument for fans.
Yeah, but little by little, they're going
shit from the Dan Snyder era that are first of all.
Yeah, but little by little, they're going to do it. So, okay, we've already seen the ownership change, which is great. We've already seen how they engage with the fans, which is a lot better. We saw that firsthand when we were in the States last year, when we got to meet Josh Harris and we spoke to him and he told us like what he wants to do with the organization. You've only got to see what they're doing now. This organization is so far removed from what it was 18 months ago to where it is now. So when we start arguing about, I know it's the off season and we're here doing a podcast about people moaning, but this is why we're on here, because you want to get the point across to this fan base that there's so much more to look forward to and talk about other than jersey numbers and merchandise. And look, I get it. Some people don't like the merchandise. I tell you what, if we come December again, like I said on the bunker, if we won 10 games, there's going to be a lot more merchandise sold. And Jesse's right to what he said about 10 minutes ago. We were at FedEx last year. There was a lot of Commanders stuff. It was the first home game as the Commanders. I get it. But I speak to people all the time. I see more and more Commander stuff game by game. Don't get me wrong, you still see Redskins stuff. And so you should. If people want to wear their Redskins gear, let them wear it. But
yeah, I still got full. I got a closet full of Redskins gear. I'll never get rid of it.
Mini helmet today. I bought one of the replica mini helmets today because you can't buy it anymore. It's really hard to get. I found it on eBay. So Redskins mini helmet, like I put in the chat earlier, I was like, I'm buying that. I'll always still buy Redskins merchandise if it's available and if I can get a bargain, I will. But there has to come a time as a fan, you go, can I really keep just talking about name change and numbers and yada, yada, yada? Why can't we just be excited to have a potential good quarterback, a franchise quarterback? Why can't we talk about, potentially winning 8, 9, 10 games a season? For whatever reason, this fan base just goes, you know what? I want to be fixated on this because this is negative and that's all I can do.
Yeah, that's right. Our buddy Freddie Ham just put a message in the chat. It says there's people out there that have said they take Snyder back if it means they can change their name. Well, you know what? To those people, they could fuck off. I
would rather take Hitler back on the beaches of England than have that fucking rat back.
Yeah, that's just stupid ass. It's just so stupid. On the Commanders, the name itself, Scouse. I saw somebody put out a tweet a couple days ago that said the Commanders don't have any meaning to the Washington area, which I disagree so much because the command center of the freaking United States is Washington, D.C. But when somebody says that, Commanders didn't have any meaning, what do they expect the name to be? I mean, Red Wolves, what the hell does Red Wolves have anything to do with, like, the focus around the team, I think, should be Washington. Like, that's where the brand's at, is in Washington itself. The nicknames and, Tutty, that's why they brought Tutty in, to pay homage to the Hogs, to the awesome offensive line. But like, there's not going to be a name that's going to, appease everybody.
If you want to appease everyone,
I mean, am I right?
Call us the Washington Hogs. Call us the Washington Hogs. That will appease everyone.
I don't know, would it? I mean,
not really. That's a stupid ass name.
Stupid name, but it's a stupid name. But
I mean, if it's not the Redskins, it doesn't matter what the hell it is for me.
Exactly. That's my point.
And it's not going back to the Skins, so
it's never going back. So it doesn't matter what the name is, because it's never coming back.
Exactly, and that's the shit thing that we've the realism that we've got to understand as a fan base. It's never coming back. I mean, it hurts me thinking about that, because I'm big into wanting to be the Redskins again, but it's never going to happen. So I've got to kind of get over it, and I think other fans have to as well.
Everybody knows on this podcast how pissed off I was when the name reveal came. I hated the name, despised the name. But I got over it. You know what? It is what it is. It's just a nickname, man. It's just a freak. Timothy said it. Once we start winning, this shit's not going to matter. I mean, am I right?
Happen, mate, because it's ingrained in us from fucking 20, 30 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, so even if we get to the Super Bowl and don't win it, they'll go, "Oh, we lost the Super Bowl. Oh, well, shit." That's what. There
would still be at Scouts. There would still be people.
Won. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like,
there would still be people in this fan base, right? If we won the Super Bowl as the Washington Commanders, they'd be like, "Oh, I can't believe we won the Super Bowl called the Washington Commanders." Who cares? We just won the fucking Super Bowl.
Like I said earlier, a small but loud few are still complaining about the Commander's name. A few, but they're loud.
These people who are loud at the minute about merchandise problems, are loud about name change, are loud about jersey numbers, are the same people who backed a certain quarterback in the draft. And if you didn't back that quarterback, you were in hell. You had hell to pay. Yeah, funny, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Wasn't it between two of them? And again, it's fucking preferences, man. It's not proof of anything. And the thing is like, now we've got Jaden. Jaden's our guy, and that's who I'm going to roll with. I mean, he wasn't my choice. But, I'm going to get behind him and hope that he can produce the goods for us. That's all I care about.
Yeah, like Timothy, we're in the same boat, man. It took me a little while to get over it. The Redskins name, it's near and dear to my heart. A 10-year-old boy at RFK at the freaking seat cushion game with my grandfather, feeling that stadium rumble. I will always hold on to that memory. But what's more is it's the Washington franchise itself. That name didn't. It's just the name. It's just a name. It's just a name. That's it, man. That's all that it comes down to,
isn't it? It is iconic. I mean, absolutely. Anyone in the UK could go down wearing an old Redskins top, and even if you don't know NFL, will say Redskins straight away.
But no matter what,
iconic emblem, iconic name.
But no matter what, okay, no matter what name, if they change the name, it's never going to be that again. Okay, so why don't we just get behind this name, go win some Super Bowls, and make Commanders iconic?
We win fucking Super Bowls. If we win a Super Bowl as the Washington Commanders, it would have no choice but to be iconic, because we'll go down in history as the Washington Commanders team that won the Super Bowl.
But you were right, Jesse, and you back to your point, probably 5-10 minutes ago. look at the stupid names that we have for franchises in this team already,
Fucking
or in this league.
Packers.
Sorry,
The Packers.
Browns,
The Fudge Packers.
Yeah.
you know,
The 49ers. I mean,
awful name.
There's not a whole lot of cool names in the fuck.
No, there
the
isn't.
Lions and Bears. Oh my! You know,
everybody else is either called it's a predatory cat or a big cat or a bird. That's it.
Mm.
They're not else is Steelers.
That's it.
I mean, is that a great name? Really?
You know, and on the merchandise aspect of it, you know, if you want to complain, stop complaining at the team about the merchandise. Go complain to the manufacturers. Go to people that actually make this. Go to complain to Nike. Go complain to Fanatics, or
dog shit.
Go get, or go to a different site. You know that makes different merchandise that's not owned by the NFL, because the same stuff, same Washington Commanders stuff that we get, that we have available on the NFL or Shop NFL or Fanatics, is the same Green Bay Packers stuff. It's the same Charger stuff. It's the same, you know. But then I heard say, "Oh, why don't they make their own clothing line like the Dallas Cowboys?" Well, give them a fucking minute, and maybe they will. You know, we don't have to do everything the Dallas fucking Cowboys do. You know?
Yeah, our owner doesn't go to fucking glory holes for a start.
No shit.
Well, we don't know. He might do, but that might be his preference. I don't know. He drinks a lot, which is cool. But I'm sitting here in a shitty. I'm sitting here in a hoodie with the wrong years on. So you know what I mean. It is all good. I don't care. It gives a shit, really.
I just think the focus should be on Washington, because that's where our franchise is based out of. Actually, you know, Virginia and
what do you guys make of the people that say, like, when we move stadiums, then they'll change their name?
I mean, it's
like by then, it will be 6-7 years down the road. No, I mean, what's the point then?
I mean, if we're still shite, then maybe we might change it to try and get some kind of new lease of life from the fans. Because if these guys don't hit the ground running, you know, and we don't do something at least to excite us in some way, the fans are going to be on the case of the DQ at the end of this time next year, and it shouldn't be. But you know what's going to happen. You can see it. You can see certain parts of the fan base are going to be on his case if we're not doing well after the first year. Which
I mean, sure, you know, yeah, and you know, because we got to complain about something. You know, it doesn't matter if it's the coach or the players. Oh, it's the name. It's the name's the reason. But while we're fucking sucking cock.
Like, if you wanted to like iconic with the name, why don't you just go the Washington Skins? Take out the red and just be called Washington Skins.
Or we just make, you know, potato. You know, put a potato on the helmet.
Because all these people are holding on to Redskins, and you know, like we said a minute ago, we get the history. But why not just be the Washington? We're the Washington Skins. Our nickname would then be
Skins.
Skins.
Yeah, but you don't even need to have a name. Just call yourself Washington, and then everyone and your nickname officially is Skins.
Yeah.
Just be the Washington Skins and just say, all right, your nickname's Skins.
Or call it Washington White Skins.
It'd be like the skinheads. Oh, the skinheads are coming into town.
True. Freddie's right. People would still say it's
Asians. Let's bring that in instead. How about that?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it, Scouse. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it just, sorry for blasphemy on the pod as well. But yeah, shout out to Allah and shout out to Tom Cruise and, you know, anyone else who wants to get involved. I mean, fucking hell. Where are we going here? I mean, Freddie's right, though. I mean, I have seen a divided fan base fight each other over stupid shit and call each other racist. I mean, Freddie doesn't even miss a step, and I'll defend him here. He just said the dude's corny, and then the next thing you know, he's getting called racist on Twitter. I'm like,
listen,
mixed race man with a black
I think he's a little corny too, but I'm going to come down on Freddie a little bit, dude. Why'd you do that to Julie? She's fucking awesome. I miss Julie.
Yeah. What did he do to Julie?
Julie Don. He kind of bagged on Julie Donaldson a little bit. And
So it's
Julie
like
messaged him back.
Who
Julie
bagged
Julie
Julie?
messaged
What
him
did I
back.
miss?
Really?
Who bagged
Yeah,
on
he-
Julie?
Oh, Freddie did.
Freddie, you
He bagged
fucking
on Julie a
hobbit.
little bit. Sorry for calling you out, Freddie.
What did that little hobbit say?
No, he's not a hobbit. Leave him alone.
He said I'd rather have him than Julie, or something like
Wow.
that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I see that.
I'm going to miss Julie. I think she was great in this franchise.
Freddie,
She's
you
done a
need to
lot.
go back to filming the next Borrowers movie and pipe down.
The borrowers. Well,
But yeah, Freddie did get a bunch of
honestly,
shit.
though, it's
And he just
stop
asked a question. He just asked a question, like, where did this dude come from? I have the same question. You know, one day he just appeared. I don't know him from Adam, but he just appeared, and he's very exciting or excitable. He's like very excited about this team.
He was here last year. He did do like the in-game shit.
He did a
before-
YouTube
stuff
last year.
just before games. But you may not have seen that, Jesse, if you attended games. So clearly, if you attended games, you're not going to know who this guy is. And he
It was a
did
bit
post
shit how the
game.
team didn't even acknowledge that Julie had left and like said like thank you or something. You know what I mean? All the people that they have thanked in the fucking past, it's like they could have just
But it
put
was just
just saying
we
thank
just
you.
got rid of our director of player personalities. Bye. Not even.
Eric Stokes. See you.
Stokes, he's gone.
Yeah,
No,
so-
she doesn't.
He's probably going to hang out with EB now, wherever he's gone in college.
I mean, that's what they do anyway. They weren't going to get a new staff, and new general managers. They don't get rid of their scouting because half the work's already done. But now that the draft over, I mean, the writing was on the wall. Stokes and company were gone. They'll have all new scouts and everything.
Are the Martys still available? Are they still there? Are they still in the team?
The Marty Mayhew.
They are
Mayhew and Hurney.
ingrained in this team, and they ain't going anywhere. Neither one of them. Marty will be here.
Martin Mayhew.
Hurney's gone.
Is Hurney gone? Mayhew's not going anywhere.
Did Hurney leave?
No. Yeah, I think
No,
so.
I don't think so. I think he's an executive assistant to Josh Harris, I believe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy that holds Magic Johnson's cock when he goes for a piss.
There you go. That's it right there. He's a tallywhacker holder.
You hold, I'll shake.
he's a tallywhacker holder.
Hold Willie.
Good game of holding shit. Oh, Willies, man. Don't talk about Willies. Good game of holding shit.
Burroughs had Scotty going in our group chat earlier today.
Oh, screaming. Yeah.
While they were bagging on me. Anyways, anything else to bitch about the bitchers?
Not really. Just stop being fucking dumb and just chill out. Go and touch some grass. Take your kids to the park on a swing. Walk around the block.
Take a deep breath on Twitter.
Take a deep breath. Exactly. Yeah.
Go lay in the bed, pull out the tallywhacker, and rub one off. You ain't got to fucking come on.
What you need to do. If that's what
look,
you do.
Seriously, you want to have conversation on social media. Let's talk about what's this this defense going to look like this year with Witten and Joe Witt Jr. Or Witten and Quinn. You know, what's the scheme going to be like? How is Kingsbury going to develop Jaden Daniels? There's so much stuff to talk about during this offseason because a lot of stuff is new and it's unknown.
Did you see the tweet that Kevin Sheehan put out? Is Daniel starting week 1?
Yeah. There was a question. Well, going back to that podcast we talked about earlier. Keyshawn Johnson was asked Jaden Daniels, "Hey, as the number 2 overall pick, do you expect to be the starter?" And he didn't give an answer because, he said, "Listen, I'm going to start when I'm ready to start," which is what he should have said. And they talked about it on the Sheehan show, and Sheehan put out a question: "Do you think Jaden should start at week 1?" I personally think he should. But if he's not ready, then hold him off a few games. This is a developmental year this year.
He'll be ready.
They've got his visual goggles as well. They pay for that, haven't they?
VR, yeah, they got the headset.
The VR stuff and that he uses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tony Wheat in our chats just put Herney as an advisor, which basically means he's nothing. Mayhew still has a fairly prominent role. Peters knows him well from the Niners and likes him. So
he's a Magic Johnson holder. Like we said, he's a Magic Johnson holder. Yam, spot on. We talk about, how this defense, let's hope this defense holds, teams under 30 fucking points this year.
To be competitive, any games we have to hold teams to under 30 points, 25. We can't be doing what we've done the last God knows how many seasons. Like I think you guys talked about it on the 1 Point Safety Show a couple of weeks ago. We can't be conceding 30 plus points a game and expecting to win the game. In the NFL, you might get the one fluky game where it's an absolute shootout, but Washington don't tend to have them. We either get blown out or, there's no middle ground with us. If we want to be competitive in the division, in all the games we play, this defense really, really has to step up to the plate. Otherwise, we're fucked.
Yeah, no, you're right. See, things like that, you can have civil conversations to talk about. Not going at each other's throat about a fucking number, a fucking name, or the fucking offensive line. I'm tired of fucking hearing it.
Yeah, no one's going to go, our defense.
Do you think the offensive line is shit?
So wore 27.
Is it though? Or is team shit?
I mean,
I'm waiting for Jesse to kick off there, but I mean,
we rebuilt this whole fucking offensive line.
We rebuilt 3/5 of it, didn't we? I suppose. But
So I think I think saying that we haven't done enough on the offensive line, that's pretty good in one fucking off season. So
yeah, we didn't do a lot in the draft. I think that's what they're moaning about more than like we actually.
Realistically, though, how many offensive linemen were you going to draft?
I know. Our buddy Scott G expected to draft like 15 tackles and have them start. So.
I love Scott G. What a dude.
Anyway,
I thought we would have picked two. In my,
I didn't see it. It didn't make sense. Like I mean, they how they did the off season made it known.
Where were you taking the second lineman then, Scout? Where were you going for the second one?
For me, it would have been in the second round. To be fair, that's where I would have went. I would have went the second round. I think.
Listen, they saw all with 8 tackles go in the first round. They weren't able to trade up, even though they tried to, and they didn't think the rest of the tackles were really worth it. Worth those high picks. They could have filled other holes, which were needed to be filled. We needed a wide receiver. We needed a tight end, and hey, Johnny Newton was a luxury pick, but that dude was a top 15 player that got knocked back because of all them tackles and quarterbacks taken. So we made out. Anybody that complains about the draft should just fucking go play with your tallywhacker or something.
But there's still time, and who knows what's going to happen. There's still plenty of free agents out there. Right?
Some tackles are going to get cut post June.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see it. So, let's see who shakes out of the tree. Let's see who's available.
We're not done yet.
There's going to be a tackle that comes in as depth if Brandon Coleman can't start. You know what you're going to get out of Cornelius Lucas for at least 2 games. For him to hold up. I mean, no, I'm being honest. If you start 20, but look at when I know, but when Leno didn't start because of obviously what went on with his family, Cornelius Lucas had an amazing game that game, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, this guy's amazing." Then he kind of went a little bit like a turnstile for the rest of the year, but he's a good swing tackle, and that's what you need in your team as depth. We don't know what Braden Daniels is like. We don't know what Akinbulu's like. We don't know what Trent Scott is going to be like. I mean, they're bums. I get that. I mean, fucking hell.
Yam gave one of the worst draft grades out of anybody I've seen and talked to. Like everybody has it as a B+ to an A+. That's crazy. It's crazy, Yam. He just did that because he doesn't like Jake Daniels. I know you, Yam. I know you. Anyways,
We see you, yeah.
Listen, the off season's still going on. There's still time to make a move or two. I love what they did. I'm excited to see. Listen, rookie mini camp starts tomorrow. We'll see Jaden Daniels. There'll be media out there, so there'll be some video of Jaden Daniels and the new guys.
You think he'd wear his Oculus? You think? And you wearing his Oculus? He'd be wearing his Oculus.
I doubt that.
The Redskins Park, like, what is?
I doubt that. But yeah, I mean, the off season starts now. I mean, it's the program. I mean, the off season program
scheduled out next Thursday, right?
Thursday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, 8 p.m. Burrows in Eastern time.
So Thursday, I expect your boys.
That's the full schedule.
Our games get announced tomorrow, right? The UK games
No.
get announced tomorrow.
UK games are, yes, I think they are tomorrow. I think you're
Yeah,
correct.
we're not getting a UK game because none of the teams that are playing in the UK.
No, we're not.
Yeah, so y'all
If I
can
go to
just
Germany,
And
No.
Brazil's already announced, isn't it? So
Packers and
Eagles is playing, isn't it? Or is it the
yeah,
Packers?
Eagles and Packers are that's the only full game that's been announced. But all the home teams that are playing
I agree.
in Europe, in Germany, they've already been announced, and none of those teams we play at on a away schedule. So we're not going out there.
How are we getting out of it? That's what I want to know, because we've not been here since what, 2016,
2015,
15.
Because we've sucked for so many years, and no one wants to.
dude, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars all the time, man. They really
And they're fucking shite.
Yeah, but that's like y'all's home team, though.
Yeah, Karen.
That's y'all's home team.
You don't want to know about them. They're absolutely fucking dung.
But no, in all seriousness, though, we've got that, so we can go through that. But let's be honest. Next Wednesday morning, probably I would say 10 o'clock ish your time, Jesse. You're going to get at least a few teasers, aren't you? As to who the opening game is. That's always going to be out early. It's always dropped early. So, do we believe that? I mean, on the strength of last year, when we were talking about it being the Cardinals,
the TV games. Remember last season?
Oh yeah.
Or the year we couldn't make it out. They named the Thursday night football and the back-to-back games. We played Sunday and Thursday, and the TV games got announced before the actual schedule come out. So I think you'll see that maybe next Wednesday, like daytime for us here in the UK.
Well,
Fox or
some of the media they start trickling out during the day. Like some media gets them, but
we'll know by lunchtime our time who we're playing first game.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people
I
are saying
expect
it's going to be a home opening again.
I expect Thursday to have y'all's plane tickets bought for the home opener. Just saying.
Are you paying? Oh, is that a no then? No, is that a no? Oh, okay. Well, you can pay instead, make you loaded.
I got you, boy.
I gotta have a surgery, so I gotta watch the Bills. I'm gonna be out 2 months. I have surgery on my foot.
Just to make your ball smaller. Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude.
It's getting to the point where I have to have a wheelbarrow to carry him around there.
Gotta say, mate, sewing them patches on them jeans is hard work, Jesse.
That's what it is.
Is that with his bum all sewn up?
My foot up his own ass.
Oh, Jesus. All right, are we done bitching about the bitchers?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Right on.
Shout out to Deluxe, shout out Yam, shout out Tim, Ian, Darren.
Darren, thanks for being in the chat, buddy. Thanks for listening, watching. Thanks for everybody.
Well, thank you. So, anyone else, appreciate you.
Our buddy Yam, Deluxe, and everybody else that's in the chat. Sorry, I missed you guys, and Timothy, and everybody. This is the 1-point safety while bleeding Brody and vomiting in a bunker show. And we will be back at our own respective shows next week. Are we? Yeah, we're doing it next week.
Yeah, we're doing it next week.
So yeah, you can catch us on the bunker every Monday about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock UK time. You can catch the 1-point safety show every Thursday. What time do y'all go on?
3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. BST.
And the Bleeding Birdie podcast, for right now, we're on Fridays. We're not having a show tomorrow, but Fridays at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, 10
Because
p.m.
John's
or
playing
10:30. Oh, what's that?
Is it because John's playing with his pickleballs? That's why there's no
Uh,
show.
No, there's not too much to talk about. So we sometimes we have a holiday that we take, and holiday.
Yeah,
You said
Scotland.
holiday. You are so English.
What was
by the
that?
way.
Someone just shat themselves. Sounded like it. I think it was
You are
Scottish.
so English.
Yeah.
Starting to shit, you can hear it.
So we have plenty.
Sounds like a small child crying.
Plenty of Commanders coverage. We are not ESPN wannabes, so we're just four guys that like to talk about our team and talk shit to each other.
Exactly.
So
Quickly before we go, just got to say shout out to Garibaldi's big
I
roll.
can't believe I dropped my biscuit in my tea, man.
a pair of Baldies.
I didn't drop my balls.
Garibaldi.
Oh,
You've lost
Right,
him.
have a-
Lost our American
Go-
viewers.
Google
Yeah.
Garibaldi.
Guttenberg.
okay.
Very careful.
I'm
how you
afraid.
spell
I'm
it.
afraid what's going to come up if I try to spell that.
Jesse, my soccer team played a team called Young Boys once. I googled where they were, and I nearly got sacked from my job.
They're from Switzerland, aren't
Yeah, don't Google where's Young Boys.
they? Yeah.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, you boys take care. Everybody that's watching, take care, and y'all just calm down a bit. It's just football. You ain't got to be so serious. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, fellas. Out.
Ciao.
See ya.
What?